Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. So here is another video discussion for our subject IT 102N or Introduction to Web Design. So for this topic, I will be reading this blog post by Calibri.com. This is and the topic is the 19 plus website layouts users won't forget in 2021. So, okay. So what is a website layout? So first, plenty of websites shine with color, vivid images, and useful content. But if you rip off color, videos, images, content, what is left? Okay, ano daw yung importanteng part ng website? It is the layout, of course. It is the arrangement of the content of your website. So, what is a website layout? A website layout is a pattern or framework that defines a website structure. It has the role of structuring the information present on the site, both for the website's owner and for users. It provides clear paths for navigation within web pages and puts the most important elements of a website front and center. So, by arranging the elements of your website efficiently, pwede mong ipahayag yung meaning or yung mga gusto mong ipahayag kay user efficiently. Okay? Website layouts define the content hierarchy. Content will guide visitors around the website and it must convey your message as well as possible to them. Okay. So, why should you choose one layout over another? Okay, so different layout, different uses. You should carefully make a selection because a good layout keeps users on the site because it makes important information easily accessible and intuitive to find. A bad layout, however, frustrates users which then quickly leave the site because they can't find what they are looking for. So for this reason, it's best to take as long as you need to find a good layout because users won't give you more than a few seconds of their time. So, if maganda yung layout ng website mo, mag-stay si user. If bad yung layout ng user mo, of course, aalis sila. Okay, so when selecting a layout, it might be useful to also consider the Gestalt Law of Closure. So, hindi nyo pa siguro alam yan. It says that even if an image shape is not complete, the human eye tends to fill in the visual gaps and recognize the image as a whole. So, in this image, if titingnan nyo, parang may nakikita kayong 1 white triangle, 3 black circles, at saka 1 bordered triangle sa baba, sa ilalim, di ba? But, actually, ito ay isang parang 3 circles or 3 Pac-Man circles, and then 3 inverted V's lang yan. So, because of the Gestalt theory, nakagawa tayo ng images, nakabuo tayo ng images or perceptions because of that. We filled in the gaps. So, dahil may gaps dito and may gaps dito, i-assume ng mind natin na merong triangle. These gaps are continuous, okay? So, ina-assume ng mind natin na this is a whole image or this is a whole triangle. Itong nasa front ng image na to. Where in fact, hindi yun totoo, okay? So, yun yung pinaplay. Yan yung paano ginagamit yung Gestalt theory or yung theory of using negative spaces, okay, or filling in the spaces, filling in the gaps, okay, visual gaps, okay. So that is the Gestalt theory. You won't pay attention to details. You won't pay attention that this is a circle or a pie, and rather focusing on the global view of the pages, global view. You look at the image as a whole, okay? Forming the website, users will find themselves the meaningful path. You pay attention to details using some additional seconds to grow the engagement exponentially. You intentionally won't pay attention to details, letting originality speak for itself. Users will find themselves the meaning path, and they will keep a strong memory of your website. Okay, so that is how the Gestalt theory or the Gestalt law of closure can be useful for your website. So getting familiar with the layout design best practices. So it's important to get familiar with some basic notions or related website layouts. We've gathered a bunch of concepts that will help you get oriented into the abundance of predefined website layouts. So the visual weight at saka yung negative space. Ano ba yan sila? Visual weight is perceived by people when some objects on the website carry a stronger visual force. By how? By means of color, by means of um, font, for example, image, and so on. This visual force can be induced in specific elements through different techniques. Among them, negative space is the one that interests us directly here. Negative space, okay, or the space that is devoid of any elements, or yung space na walang laman. Okay, yung empty space doon sa website mo, that is what the negative space is. It drives the attention towards the elements outweighing the rest through a visual force concentrated on them. So using negative space, you can direct the eye, pwede mong i-direct yung user mo through an element on your website. Okay? So for example, this image here, the space between the black square and the white squares, okay, this daw, directs the eye to the left hand element. Okay, dito tayo nakakatingin sa left hand or sa black na square. But the left hand element is outweighed of the four smaller white squares. Okay, so because this is a whole element or a whole square, parang na-outweigh, nakukuha nitong four smaller white squares yung attention natin because they look more complex. Okay? Dahil marami sila. So, between these two images, this black square carries stronger or mas nakakakuha siya ng attention doon sa user natin. Balanced website layout. So in balanced web design, the elements that make up the layout are supporting one another so that the user sees the text content with equal importance. In addition, the elements are easily scannable in a layout that efficiently presents them all. The design gives the impression of stability and it feels really pleasing from the aesthetic point of view. So, kailangan natin ng balanced layout because symmetry or balancing is important when making a layout or when making a visual presentation or arrangement of your contents or elements ng iyong website. Okay? Balancing the layout or the elements will give enough stage, okay, doon sa mga elements ng website mo for your user to see. Okay, so that is how important layouting your website is. So sections for specific audiences or features. Arrangements of elements that can be changed, meaning that users can easily switch to other website sections. To help you figure out how this is possible, we suggest you think about fashion website addressing both men. So you divide the sections of your website depending on the content of that website. Okay, so for example, one section for your profile, another section for gallery, another section for videos. Okay, i-organize mo yung laman ng website mo into different sections. Okay. Go outside the standard layouts. So whereas some layouts follow the traditional path, okay, banggit, di ba, no? Isa sa mga kaklase nyo before na pare-pareho lang yung websites. That is because most of the websites na nakikita natin ngayon follows the same path. So, with an aim at serving functionality at its best, other layouts use daring designs and structures with the purpose of making an impact on the user. So, kung gusto mo magkaroon ng bigger impact on your user para hindi ka malimutan ni user, you must go outside the box, okay? You must not follow the kung ano yung uso, okay? Kung ano yung ginagawa ng ibang website. So, kailangan mong gumawa ng sarili mong design, sarili mong layout para mas tumatak doon sa kay user yung website mo, okay? So, breaking the mold means unexpected arrangements, okay? You can do that by making mix and matching between the arrangement of your elements within the web page, and the experiences it triggers stand out in the sea of standard websites that a user can't help but remember your website. Okay. Remember though that UX or user experience beats design. Okay, always think of the end user. Okay, when designing, when making in an application, when making a software, as web developers, as web designers, we must always think of our users. Ano ba yung mas makakaganda para sa user natin? Okay, if sa tingin mo if you have a good design, if you think you have a good design pero complicated siya dun sa part ni user, you must choose an easier route for your user. Okay, make tests before releasing anything. Okay, so it is we must always consider our users when designing a website, when creating an application, when creating a software. Okay, because they are the end user, sila yung gagamit, hindi tayo mga developers. Okay. Create visual tension for eye-catching, stimulating layouts. So in web design, visual tension strains the user's attention by focusing it on key points of the website. Visual tension comes out by contrasts of space, color, or luminosity, and it is easily noticeable if interwoven in a perfect overall balance of elements. Its role is to visually stimulate the users to break off the web surfer routine and process the information on the website in a brand new light. Okay, so you can create visual tensions by making contrast. Okay, for example, this colors of gumamit siya dito ng gradient, and then yung arrangement ng elements ng website niya, it looks so kung sa first look pa lang meron tayong unexpected arrangement or placement ng images, okay, elements ng website na to. Okay, so this is going beyond the norm na a straight horizontal line, grid arrangement, but in this case hindi siya ganon. Okay, so because of that, parang nagkaroon ng interesting impact or nagkaroon ng visual tension itong website, and it will leave impact on our users. Use focal points to draw attention to certain elements. So a call to action button can be a focal point. An image can be a focal point. Headings can also be a focal point. Okay? Focal point, yan yung kumukuha ng attention ni user natin. So it all depends on how you integrate into the website layout so they can become the biggest points of interest on a website. Okay? That captures the user's attention. So you can use different elements to give them the spotlight doon sa website mo. Okay? So in this case, yung image natin, itong dalawa, they are the spotlight. Okay? This wordings dito, they are the supporting lang sila ng spotlight natin, which is yung images natin. Okay, due to focal point, you'll have your users halfway to conversion, whatever conversion might be for your particular website. Okay, we already discussed conversion before, diba? So users will concentrate their attention on those focal points and are more inclined to take the action you want to take them if you have that focal point. Design layouts that accomplish website goals. Okay, website goals, conversion of your passive user to active user. It's a best practice that before starting to design a layout or to browse through layout templates, you should define what the website goals are. So, paano ba yung use ng website mo? Para saan ba yung use website mo? Ano ba yung gusto mong gawin ng website mo? Okay? Ano yung goal niya? They might be to sell products, gather traffic, or simply enchant users with some piece of art. So the website layouts should be chosen based on the website goals. So different layout, different uses, di ba? So kung ano yung website goal mo, doon mo ibabase kung ano yung layout na gagamitin mo doon sa website mo. It will trigger certain users' behavior that lead to completing these goals. Okay, so in this website, ang focal point natin, ang goal ng website na ito is to get subscriptions or to get subscribers, di ba? That is why meron tayong form dito. Or to get information from users. So that is why merong form dito. So to emphasize this form, gumamit siya ng contrast between the colors at saka yung layout nito, hinati niya into two. Yung website niya, right side is the form and then the left side is the information about the book na binibenta nila or whatever that is. So, to get more subscribers, they used contrast. They used, so titignan mo yung background niya kapareho ng color ng book. Okay? So, mas na-emphasize, okay, mas mayroong visual tension dito sa form which is completely white. Okay? So, that is how you make layouts or you design layouts to achieve the goals of your website. Okay, next. Layouts that tell a story. So design the layout or search for a layout so that it molds into the message that you have to transmit. Section areas should come together to tell a complete story. Each element in this chain is another chapter in your story. Okay, so for example, in this website, so it aims to tell a story about this application. Okay, so bawat section ng web page niya tells something. Meron siyang sinasabi doon sa application or doon sa purpose or goal ng website nyo. For example, statement about the app, ratings about the app, price ng app, okay, dito yung call to action, and then features ng app, features, okay, another feature. So that is how you divide the section or the areas of your application to tell a story about the goal or about your website or about what you are offering, okay, what your message is about. Okay, so here are the best website layouts with proven success. So, dito sa mga na-mention natin, of course, mas marami pang website layout. Mas marami pang website layout aside dito sa mga mention natin. But, nilista lang dito yung mga layouts na parang efficient para kay user, okay, nagamit na ng ibang proven and tested na ng ibang websites. Okay, so research revealed how users use to scan a web page content. The eyes move along the page following a Z letter direction. So first the eyes from left to right, then next goes down, and then to left to right, and then goes down to left, and then to right, and then to left, and then to right. So, kung titingnan natin itong website mo, website na nasa example natin, ganun yung nangyayari, di ba? From left, because mas stronger yung color nitong sa image natin dito. May mas visual stain tayo dito. And then, titingnan natin yung right na image. And then, pupunta tayo dito, left image, and then yung right image. So, this is what you call the Z layout. Okay? This is the Z layout or the zigzag layout na website. Next is the F layout. So, mas uso itong layout na ito sa mga online or e-commerce or mga online shops. Okay? So, makikita mo, the F layout follows the eyes move across the page in an F letter fashion. So, mauna tayo dito, okay, sa options natin dito sa gilid, and then pupunta dito sa mga images, and then pupunta naman up and down, up and down, up and down. So, that is the F layout. Okay? Next is the full screen photo. Okay. So, example niya is for Netflix na website. The layout implies spreading up content upon a full screen photo or image. Okay? So, bigger or stronger impact because of that full screen image. Text sections or menu sections are there to support the living image. Okay? So, nandyan lang yung mga text natin to support kung ano man yung bigger image na sinushow ng website ninyo. Next is the grid layout. Okay? Information is organized into grids, making it easy to browse, and people can stop to specific topics of interest. Grids allows for an equal distribution of text, photos, videos onto the web page, letting users decide upon the importance of each unit. So, example is this, one grid dito, boxes arranged in a grid. So, different sections, different areas, different uses. So, your user can choose between, kung ano man yung gusto niyang puntahan dito sa mga sections na ito. Okay, lahat sila may importance, equal importance doon sa mata ni user. Okay, another is this. Okay, di ba? That is a grid layout. Next is the one-column layout. So, ito yung pinaka-traditional na web page layout talaga. It is a single column. Okay, one column lang siya and it goes from top to bottom. Okay, scroll down lang yung mata ni user. Next is the featured image layout. It implies setting up a featured image, so each section shows a featured image representative of each page in the website. So the image serves to concentrate attention and interest to a focal point expressive of the page topic. Okay, so nandyan yung image para makakuha ng attention ni user so that to give more emphasis on the meaning or the message of that section of your website or web page. Next is the asymmetrical layout. So, asymmetrical layout, parang imperfect arrangement ng web page or layout. Imperfect arrangement. So, kung makikita natin dito, that, this is a perfect grid tapos coupled by this image dito na parang hindi na go into the parang hindi follow doon sa layout nitong nasa kabila, diba? So, this is asymmetrical. Hindi sila balance. But because of this imbalance, nagbigay siya ng parang interest factor doon sa website mo. Okay? So, kung i-compare natin sila dito sa iHeartRadio na website dito, diba? This is too boring. Napaka-boring niya kasi napaka-balance nilang lahat. But using asymmetrical shapes or on your website, okay, nag-create siya ng more impact para kay user, diba? Next is the split screen layout. So if you have this split screen layout are used when you have two messages that you want to convey at the exact same time ka user. So you can divide your web page. You can split your web page horizontally or vertically, however you like it, and you can pwede ring horizontally or pwede ring diagonally, but however you like it, you can use that. You can split the screen of your website and convey that images to your user. Okay, so for in this example, hinati niya dito yung, okay, may points siya dito sa left sa right side, and then another strong image of about the goal or the message of your website dito sa left. Okay, so that is the split screen layout. Okay, mas strong yung impact niya visually, and yung message niya mas strong din. So headline and thumbnail, okay, isa rin to sa mga traditional layouts na ginagamit sa galleries. Okay, so meron tayong title at the top, and then nandito yung mga images, and then some image subheadings, and then some explanation or description about that image. Okay, that is the thumbnail gallery layout. And then next is the modular layout or the card layout. Okay, so dito sa card layout or modular layout, hinahati, parang hinati natin yung messages na gusto natin i-convey, and then put them into a card na naka-display doon sa webpage natin. Okay? It increases flexibility at saka responsiveness ng website natin. Meron bang example? Okay. So, here is an example. So, these cards shows different messages, pero nasa iisang space pa rin sila, di ba? Equal space pa rin sila. So, using this layout, nadi-display mo yung iba't ibang areas or iba't ibang messages ng website mo into a balanced balanced representation using cards, okay, or using modules. Next is the magazine layout. So dito naman sa magazine layout, this is a combination of different layouts, like the one column layout, the title, and then may headline tayo, then may thumbnail gallery, and then meron tayong full page na image dito, and then when you scroll down, nandito na naman yung mga asymmetrical na layout, and so on. So ginagamit itong magazine layout on website like news websites, Yahoo. Doon mo siya madalas na makikita, itong magazine layout. And then single page layout, okay, so not so widely popular, but multiple actions into one page. Content is loaded dynamically using JavaScript, and it is built so that it generates unique URLs for each viewpoint. Okay, so example niya is yung Gmail. So anywhere you go into Gmail, pareho pa rin yung itsura ng web page natin. Okay, so that is a single page layout. And then lastly is the radial symmetry layout. Okay, so example niya is the Wikipedia. So okay, so I think that's it. Next time you make a website, next time you design a website, you can think of these different layouts. You can decide on what layout to use on your website depending on the message or the goal of your website is.